across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. With about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Kaepernick. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Kaepernick to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arm saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up,
right.
Hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then
a throw for Golladay is going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Herbert. But Herbert has it knocked free. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
At the Chargers 44-yard line.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And his throw is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And to give this time to the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. Casey Hayward makes the tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. They'll roll him out right. That's caught by Golladay. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Now, remember, this is the number 1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And I caught a quick glimpse of him before the ball was snapped, and there was something about his body language where you could tell early in this play, he wasn't just thinking first down. He was thinking end zone, and he got there.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Here's Kaepernick. Looking for Shepard deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 15 now. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I I think you are. I don't think that there's...
Herbert has it knocked free. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
To throw, Kaepernick. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to add on to their first half lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score's going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taylor now from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Charger drive about to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit up.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, L.A. Jeff Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escape, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now this throw caught left side. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Kaepernick going to throw. And that'll be caught by Tony. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Kaepernick now to throw. He's going to air one out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now Herbert following the turnover. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Second and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And on 3rd and 8 defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Back to throw here, Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
all these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. Open man, he's got him. It's Toney for a Giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gano the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Taylor now from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taylor now from the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they're going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Eluding the pressure right. He's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Kenny Galladay with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession. Punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Newman looking to throw it. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And they'll try and throw for it with Newman. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Hands it off out of the gun. Open space inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants just continue to pour it on. Gano the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complimentary football?
Throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Gano for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taylor now from the end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around? Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On third and long, it's Kaepernick. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Gano's kick is good. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
Taylor now from the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it. There's no option when they score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taylor now from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Play action. Now Newman. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And they'll throw on first down with Newman. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the shotgun, Newman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Kaepernick. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Taylor now to return it. So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Now Newman on first down. Flushed out right. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Newman. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Azeez Ojulari in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now it's Newman. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Chargers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Newman. And this one is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 77 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking